Ex-tropical cyclone Imogen has dumped huge amounts of rain across far North Queensland, putting residents on flood watch. 7 News reporter Mac Lyon joins us now live from Ingham in North Queensland. Now, Mac, what's that system doing now? Which areas are most at risk?
Good morning, Mon. Well, that ex-tropical cyclone Imogen is now a tropical low, and it's currently sitting about east-northeast of Georgetown, but it's actually the trough that's ahead of that system that has authorities concerned because it's been dumping a lot of rain across this region. Since 9 a.m. here in Ingham, we've seen 120 millimetres of rain, but north of here, just inland of Innisfail, they've had 261 millimetres of rain, and that's expected to continue today. They're forecasting up to 350 mils here in Ingham today, and that's why rescue crews, they've sent 2 swiftwater rescue crews from Townsville here to town just to be ready, just in case they're needed. I've spoken to a lot of locals, though. They're not too concerned. They have seen all of this before in the far north, of course. It's almost an annual occurrence, but they're not taking any risks. And I guess as people here in this region prepare, that severe weather warning is currently in place from Cairns all the way down to Ayr and inland to Charters Towers, as those communities brace for this oncoming rain and high tides and the potential for flash flooding. On the west coast of the Cape, they're cleaning up from Cyclone Imogen's impact. She crossed as a Category 1 2 nights ago, and she brought, I guess, 100-kilometre-an-hour wind gusts at the top, and we saw the Discovery Centre, the Barramundi Discovery Centre in Corumba really cop it the most. The eye of the storm crossed the coast about 10 kilometres from that town, and that really was ground zero. There were strips of iron just ripped off the side of that building, and one woman who works at that centre, she described it as though it was an earthquake that lasted for 5 hours. She said the house was just shaking and it was incredibly frightening. The local mayor there said that while it was a Category 1 storm, he believes they dodged a bullet. A Category 2, there would have been a lot more damage, and he said a 3 or 4, well, that could have been catastrophic.
All right, Mac Lyon there for us. Thank you very much.
Well, far North Queensland is bracing for more wild weather, with ex-tropical cyclone Imogen set to hammer the region with dangerous winds and heavy rain in the coming days. Local disaster management groups have now begun sandbagging, with 12 rivers on flood alert, and water levels expected to rise a lot faster than usual. For more, we're joined now by Carpentaria Council Mayor Jack Bowden. Jack, good morning to you. Thank you for your time. Talk about an Australian summer. Was the region prepared for Cyclone Imogen?
Yeah, good morning, Matt. Yeah, we were. We had plenty of notice. Alerts started coming out about 3 days beforehand, so yeah, people were ready for it, and we'd done a pre-season clean-up before Christmas. So yeah, fortunately it was a Cat 1, so the structural damage was reasonably small so far. The reports haven't come in too bad. There's a lot of trees down and there's a lot of floodwater around, but it's local, and hopefully with a couple of days break in the weather, it'll get a chance to drain away.
Yeah, let's hope so. I can hear some of the exhaustion in your voice there, Jack. It looks like a big job in terms of the clean-up. Just the pictures are incredible. Give us a sense of how much damage has been left behind.
It's pretty good, all things considered. I mean, we were very, very lucky that it was a Category 1. So we count our small blessings up in this country, and that's one of them. If it had been a more intensified cyclone, then Corumba would have been in a whole world of hurt around about now, because we had high tide along with the surge. But as it turned out, the winds sort of come from the right direction and help flatten the waves a bit. So the surge was not as bad as what was expected.
Yeah, well, it looks like a little bit of luck there at least, but a big job still ahead. Jack, thank you very much for being with us this morning.
No worries. Thanks, Matt.
And parts of New South Wales have also been hammered by a severe thunderstorm cell, with more wild weather to come. For more, we're joined by SES Assistant Commissioner Nicole Hogan. Nicole, thank you for your time. What damage was caused by these storms? They're pretty wild.
Oh, good morning, Matt. We have received over 700 requests for assistance over the last few days, mostly around leaking roofs and damage to property, although we have had a number of flood rescues during that time.
Yeah, the lightning was incredible too. Which areas were hit the hardest?
Yesterday was a focus on our Sydney metropolitan area, but also in our mid-north coast area, so around Central Coast, Taree type area, as well as up to Port Macquarie.
Yeah, 700 calls. Obviously, your crew's very, very busy. This isn't the last of it. How prepared is New South Wales? We've got more storms predicted this week.
Yeah, we are very prepared. We work very closely with the Bureau of Meteorology, so we are aware of what weather is coming, and we prepare continuously to be able to respond and support our communities.
Yeah, people in New South Wales holding their breath for some sun this summer. All right, thank you very much to Nicole Hogan there.